Okay, so we're back. You may notice one, we're in a different location, and two, we're level 41. So we're going over the level first. I did go ahead and do some hunting logs to get to 40. Funnily enough, wrong one. Come on, dude. Funnily enough, the XP that I got from stepping foot into Adelanesh was actually the thing that leveled me up. Then what happened is I had done a level up with Maelstrom, right? So I am now second class private second class or whatever. And I was questioning why I had such little seals, because you use seals to level up or rank up. That's because I had been doing like roulettes and stuff. I'd only been doing dungeons which don't net you seals. Fates do and stuff. So I randomly just did one of this because there was an adventure in need, and naturally it gave me enough XP to level up and then some. It was like 300,000 XP from just from completing the dungeon. I think it was like 21,000 from the adventure in need. It actually will tell you. So that was 5,000, but there was, I don't know, it was a 21,000 bonus before the 300,000. And then I was getting like 1,300 to 2,000 XP per kill on an enemy. So yeah, it was going to be a whole level regardless. Plus rested, boosts any incoming XP. Well, I guess the 1,300 to 2,000 had the boost on it anyway. But regardless, as you can see, there's now the Halloween event, which is why we are in Gridania. So we're going to take a break from hunting heretics. And we're going to do the Halloween event. Ooh, also, I have completely upgraded my gear, so we're at 38 average level now. Turns out we already had the best weapon. There was better, but you can only get it from green companies, and we don't have enough seals for it, yada yada yada. You there, I have a keen eye, and you strike me as an adventurer worth her salt. Might I ask for a moment of your time in putting a stop to evils bent on consuming the realm? The Continental Circus, you see, has arrived once again, as it does every year when it comes time for All Saints' Wake, bringing ghosts and pumpkins and all manner of revelry to Eorzea. I suspect, however, that the troupe is planning something rather more sinister than the distribution of sweet treats. They are fell fiends in disguise, you understand? It's just what they do. I have been unable to discern the nature of their vile plot as yet, but I am certain that something is afoot. Thus do I ask that you assist in my investigation. I need you to speak with the impresario. Learn what manner of entertainment the troupe is offering this year, and perhaps trick him into revealing something of what they're really planning. I will continue to observe the other members for any sign of suspicious behavior. Now, there are other quests here, but they're just normal side quests. Also, to do this event, you need to have completed the quest that you get Sestasha on. It's probably Pirates, and you need to be level 15. A horrifying All Saints' Wake to you, traveller. Now, might this be your first All Saints' Wake? Oh, how I envy you, that you may yet experience it for the first time. Oh, All Saints' Wake, those unhallowed nights where we must feast and frolic free from prying saintly eyes. Mortals once feared it, it is true, hiding from the creatures that stalk the shadows, but now it is perfectly safe. All the better to cast your cares aside and enjoy the devilish surprises our troupe has prepared for the occasion. Why, they're positively dreadful, if I do say so myself. Oh, impresario, it's dreadful, I say. I raised that Ahriman myself, cared for it ever since it was a beady eye, newly torn from the void by an unscrupulous peddler of exotic pets, and now it's deserted me. I feel so betrayed. Do you mean to say that the circus's Ahriman has gone missing? I suppose you do, as we've only got the one. This is troubling indeed, my dear lady. My dear... This is troubling indeed. My dear lady, might I ask that you aid us in searching for the missing creature? I hate to think what might have become of it, were it to be spotted by one who mistook it for an ancient and evil. How dreadfully kind of you. Now, were I an Ahriman, though I am most certainly not, I believe that I might find the crowds of the city intimidating, in which case we had best turn our gaze upon the surrounding walls instead. Perhaps the central shroud to begin with. It can't have gotten far. Okay. Yep, so we need to go to the Jadeite Flood. Well now, I don't believe that we've met. Are you acquainted with this little one? It tells me that it's been working with the circus, but it struggles to satisfy the impresario's demands. Oh, sweetheart, you're not a disappointment, and your eye is charming. Yes, it is. Perhaps you are somewhat different, but that's nothing to feel ashamed of. Isn't that right, hero? Impresario, over here. Ah, you found it. But why did the two of you not return right away? There we go, it's back. I don't know why it doesn't. Anyway. What happened to the pumpkin-headed lady? A pumpkin-headed woman who disappeared without a trace. Why, you couldn't... you could only be speaking of the legendary leader of the armies of darkness, the great Gord herself. I jest, of course. The ogre Pumpkinhead would hardly break a silence after all these years to speak with you. What I mean, of course, is that the great Gord is merely a fable. If she were real, I'm sure she would be delighted, no, honoured, to know you, as we all. My, you possess a spectacularly spine-chilling glare. It's enough to terrorize a void scent. I mean, it would be, I assume. In fact, it is so very horrific that were one seeking to train in the art of dread gaze, there could be no better instructor, not even among fiends. And as it happens, we are in need of just such a tutor. We at the Continental Circus have standards to maintain, you see. To play a part in our troupe, one must be able to project a certain air of eeriness, all in the name of delighting the public, of course. Alas, our friend here's gaze is somewhat less than dreadful, which simply will not do, particularly for an Ahriman. I'm sure you understand. Under your tutelage, however, it may yet become a valued member of the circus. Marvellous. Then it's decided. Our Ahriman shall be your pupil. I've never seen it do that before. I suppose you will need to learn to ride it if you're to train it properly, though. Come, I'll show you. And once you mould it into a monster that inspires the deepest dread, a force for evil that renders even the most stalwart of mortals voiceless and trembling, our true work will begin. We shall usher in the night of devilry at long last, recall the great Gord from her slumber, and feast as the world cowers before us. It really missed that maniacal laugh. At least that's what it sounds like. You might not mean that. Alright, so this bit actually kind of reminds me of one of the Easter events. The Ahriman is well trained, or at least I thought so, until it ran off on me. In any case, it ought to be as a passenger without objection. I ask that you help it practice gazing upon unsuspecting fools until it gets the hang of doing so, dreadfully. When it has learned to perform to your satisfaction, please accompany it back here to me. I should hate to be abandoned by my own Ahriman again. I understand that it is a bit round, so if you fall off, return to me and I will help you reseat yourself. Now up you go. And why I say it reminds me of the Easter event is because you do something similar, where you get on a mountain and try and scare people. Well, not so much scare people as startle them, whereas this you're trying to scare them. But back, fiend, or you shall taste my blade. Oh, what was that? Rather festive, actually. And that hat, it's fantastic. Dear me, I nearly forgotten that All Saints' Wake season was upon us. Fiend slaying can wait. I must don my guise, post haste. Yeah, but it was a massive egg. Sadly, I missed out on that one. So I don't have the exhilaration system. Stuck. Which is what I think it was called. Yeah. And I mean on my main character, not just on this character. Obviously on this character, because it was years ago. I mean, I've been playing that long. Oh my, what an adorable giant eyeball you are, and a dress for All Saints' Wake too. I wish I was celebrating instead of out here training. Slay 3 squirrels, they said. It'll be a challenge, they said. You know what? I'm done here. I'm going back to town to stuff myself with pumpkin cookies. Pumpkin, one of the years for the All Saints' Wake, pumpkin cookies were given out. And if you still had them, like, I think the following year or the next event, they turned stale. It's quite amusing. Ugh. Well, that was very weird of you, but you won't scare me away from my hunting spot that easily. Oh, you're with the Continental Circus. What a coincidence. I love All Saints' Wake. I'm out here hunting for dynamite webs to decorate my cottage for the occasion, in fact. But if the festivities have already begun, I must hurry back to Gridania. I would hate to miss a single ghost or void scent or spider. Now there is an instance event, an instance thing that you take part in. It's 4-man instance. If you don't have to go in like with a group. You can get match made, as if it's like any other instance. And you don't have to have a specific class or anything. You must have been terrifying. I saw 3 people running at such speed that they could only have been desperate to reach the safety of their homes. Extraordinary. I'm ever so slightly offended that the Ahriman seems to have responded better to your training than mine. But what matters is that it has proven itself useful. We can only hope that this is enough to satisfy the impresario. I don't think either of us could stand another lecture on the fundamentals of fear. In any case, he ought to be informed of your progress immediately. He doesn't like to be kept waiting. Alright. Gridania. Ah, you've returned. And how did the Ahriman fare in its lessons? Splendidly. It sent not merely 1, but 3 souls hastening home to quiver under their blankets. It has certainly learned to wield its dread gaze. That's absolutely positively what happened. Just as I anticipated. The instant you fixed me with your stare, I knew that that true evil lay within. I'm delighted that you were able to share a bit of that with our Ahriman. And you, young Ahriman, congratulations. You have proven yourself to be a worthy member of the troop. Go forth and terrorize the masses. You traitorous little... You want to go with her? I'm not certain we can afford to part with such a valuable asset. On the other hand, as long as it continues to terrify, it needn't necessarily remain here to be of an assistance. In fact, traveling could bring it into contact with even more victims. Very well. I am moved by your heartfelt plea, Ahriman. I will permit you to leave of absence, so long as you continue to emulate your horrifying companion. Guide it well, adventurer. I look forward to seeing what horrors you visit upon the realm. Most foolish children, ever eager to reclaim what was never truly lost. Its devilry takes a different form, but the night goes on, haunted by monster and mortal both. And though you may think me absent, my eye is ever upon you, so do have fun. Yep, so we get the Ahriman as a mount. After we complete this quest, obviously. Yeah, so there's the instance one, and then there's also, like, it takes you... There's another thing where it'll take you to the same building as the instance in. Spoiler alert, it's in the Hawk Manor, the dungeon. Both the instance and the thing. And the other thing, you can get disguised as different characters. You returned at last. Did you uncover any unhallowed plots? They attempted to train an Ahriman to terrorize the populace, but it's your friend now? Well, as long as it poses no risk to others, I don't see the harm in it accompanying you, though I will make a note of this in the guild records, just in case. I appreciate your willingness to get hands-on with this investigation. Speaking of which, for my part, I observed the troop moving large quantities of supplies and issuing invitations to some manner of gathering. Based on past experience, I cannot help but have a bad feeling about this. Alright, so yeah, that's effectively like the event done, the story event done. But now you can unlock these other things, and they're only available during the event. You're willing to help me investigate further. That's a relief. One simply cannot be too careful when it comes to the Continental Circus. I know not whether you yourself have yet received an invitation, but the troupe is once again hosting a masquerade event in a vacant manor nearby. Now, we've received no complaints this year from those who have successfully attended this event. However, others have reported that they were escorted to what they assumed was the venue for the masquerade, only to find themselves pursued by fiends through the echoing corridors of a haunted mansion. I grant that some people enjoy that sort of thing, bizarre though it may be. However, the guild would be remiss were we not to ensure that none have become lost or trapped in such a clearly unsafe location. We can hardly ask the troop for its cooperation in this matter, as I doubt that their intention in terrifying unsuspecting revelers are pure. Of course, the only option is to infiltrate this manor, and this is infiltrate the manor, and this is the course that I would ask you to pursue. I believe that your first step should be to speak with the illusionist over there. Of course, over the course of my observing the troop's movements, I have seen her conversing with at least 2 people that were later reported having been to the haunted manor. Yeah, so this first one here that we're about to interact with is the one where you can like disguise yourself as people. Well, aren't you an appetizing little morsel? What can I do for you? You want to enter the haunted manor? Well then, of course you may. How could we refuse someone so charmingly foolhardy? You need only speak with one of our dear Harlequin guards to be escorted to the site of your future nightmares. Of course, you may want to ask for a teensy little hint on how to survive before you do, else your mind shan't remain intact for long. Our manor isn't like the dreary, predictable spaces of your mundane world, you know. Oh, it has rules, to be sure, but they are fewer, and the consequences for breaking them all the greater for it. Good luck, dear. Yeah, so, sorry, this is the one that's the instanced. Yeah, this is the instanced one. You now have access to the Haunted Manor seasonal instance. To enter the manor, speak with the Harlequin guide in either Imiketo's amphitheater or the Acorn Orchard. The Haunted Manor is a light party instance for all players. There are no class or job or level requirements for participation. Parties that register for the instance with less than 4 members will be filled out automatically via the matching system. Yeah, you get synced down to level 1. And then this is the other one. Ah, my bone-chilling friend, you were so dreadfully helpful with our Ahriman. I feel that I simply must repay you in kind. Thus do I extend to you an invitation to our grand event, a sumptuous masquerade where you revel, where you revel in your heart's content. We have prepared a thrilling manner for our guests to explore, and all are encouraged to attend in the guise of their choice. You, however, I would offer something rather more extraordinary. Within the manor, you will find an associate of the troupe who is frightfully well versed in the art of glamours. You will undoubtedly note his terribly convincing guise. I shan't say a word lest I spoil the delights that await. If you would sate your curiosity, you must speak with him. Go on. Now, don't delay. The genial geyser will show you to the masquerade. So we'll just jump into the masquerade first. It's really simple. The impresario's guessed correct. Come, I will escort you to the manor. Oh, and you will find our associate in room 108. Yeah. So this circumstance is like the circumstance with the Fire Festival and the notes. Basically, at least I'm assuming so. I haven't tested this yet, obviously. But it's dependent on the content you finished. Greetings, guest of the impresario. Yes, I know you. Tell me, have you ever wished to become someone else that I can do that for you free of charge? Up to something? Me, never. I am but a fun-loving imp, here to help my fellows revelers enjoy the wake, and I can fashion you a very convincing guise for the masquerade. All I need is a memory of someone who had made a strong impression, someone unforgettable, someone powerful. Yes, that's it. Oh, no. Okay. So if you've finished more than just like if you've done content for Heavensward and Stormblood and Shadowbringers, it actually asks you which one you want. So do you want to do where you reform the world, aka A Realm Reborn? Where. Well, I guess I can't say the rest of them because it's kind of a spoiler. But anyway, it gives you like statements that directly say, oh yeah, do you want a character from A Realm Reborn? Do you want a character from Heavensward? Do you want a character from Stormblood or Shadowbringers, kind of thing? But this is just gone straight into the A Realm Reborn one, obviously, because we haven't got to Heavensward or anything else. Pajal Woman, that's we can show you. I am. You'll recognize her as the Gridania lady. Alright, if you get rid of the transmog, this is the same thing. Stalwart Rogarin, we got good old Melveb Bluefishvin, which is awesome. We've got Rauban, what's her name? Can't think of her name now. Wow. A curious and clever Garlean man, admired by many. This is Sid. And the other one is Nanamo. Yeah. Right, so you can run around as stuff. And you can go through the different rooms, like set up with just to look interesting, and little bits of fun. I can't remember, like these people are on the couch. This guy's having a tea party or whatever. There was one. I'll see if I can find it. I went through the whole house like that. As a character from Shadowbringers. Yep, there's some kind of weapons seller with a rifle. Some kind of procession to the big pumpkin. Ah, this one was good. A bunch of ghosts playing instruments with pumpkins watching. But my favorite one, I hope it's on this floor, because there is upstairs and then downstairs. This is to downstairs. No, that's not it. Downstairs is there. You'll recognize Hawk Manor. It was an instance dungeon that we done on the episode. Okay, I can't find it. Basically, it was just a bunch of pumpkins, and they were set up to look like they were stealing their furniture. At least that's what it looked like to me. It might be upstairs. Well, not stealing. They might be moving the furniture or something, but... also, I don't know if there were more characters in the Realm Reborn group. There might have been, but I didn't take notice. Yeah, here it is. Oh no, that's different. It's kind of like, it looked like this, but there was more furniture around that they were moving. Anyway, very cool. So with that, we'll go. Oh, and this is the vendor. You get pumpkins from the instance thing. So we'll try and do this. I'm hoping that there are people around. It's a rather enjoyable thing. So we'll see if we can get someone. Okay, so this, you can actually do it a couple times, because there are like strict events, like different events, and you'll be given the different events. Like on each run, you won't always get the same 3 events to do. And I think the thing that makes it more enjoyable is that you actually only need 1 run to get both the housing items that are on offer. So doing it any more times isn't required, but if you want, you can do it. And it's worth doing. So now we just wait. Basically the concept is we don't have any abilities to attack with or anything like that. You can sprint, that's about it. And the idea is that you want to avoid the guys, the Eye of Ahriman's, and there are some other things. If you get spotted, you get turned into a pumpkin briefly and you lose sanity. So we need to use smoke bombs on suspicious pumpkins. And we need to find the hidden skin changer thing. So if you didn't already know, they've got vision there. That's them forward facing kind of thing. So that's what you want to use to kind of sneak around. There are... Oops. Oh, they've already found it. Sorry about that. I had my... Let me get teleported thing. I had my air conditioner on timer from ages ago. I completely forgot to turn it off. So it turned on for that timer. Alright, so now we got to discover the combination and say the numbers. Alright, this one's new. I haven't actually done this one. So this one, well, this guy's going up top. Fine, I'll go into the cellar. If you do it, it's there are 3 floors, but you'll want to split up so that you have 2 on the main floor, 1 up, 1 bottom. Because it's a lot faster that way, kind of thing. Don't follow me down. And that's what I was going to talk about. There are obfuscation charms, basically invisibility, so you don't get seen. So nope. So I'm assuming what we're looking for is some kind of bugger, and that's what happens when you get seen. I was expecting him not to. Shit, I'm gonna get turned into. Oh, there we go. Okay. So, there's nothing here. Wasn't expecting them to turn around so fast. Okay. I'm gonna get stuffed because they're not moving. See, this is what I was expecting him to do back there. Which is stop. Because that's what he was doing to me at one point. Well, that's what they were doing. Here we go. Amplification charm. I'll quickly use this because I'm pretty sure there's one around the corner. No. See, there was one like there a couple of times for me. Still nothing. Oh, they found the number, I'd say. Oh, bugger. Well, I'm stuck here. You might as well go do it. Someone else came down here. Really? Was there really? The next room had a clue. Really? That's annoying. Alright, now this last one is just a light jack-o'-lanterns. There's coal there. Pick up the coal. Alright, now we're just going to be mindful of the Ahriman. I think we can get past. Alright, I'm not going to jump down this time. And I'm going to go left instead of right. At least I'll try to. I don't know where the Ahriman is. Okay. Right there, but he doesn't. He stops there. I know that for a fact. There's one. What's that over there? I don't know what's there. Oh, he's looking at the wall. If I run... Oh, I don't have sprint. There's another one. Nice. And smoldering coal as well. That's got to be all of them for this floor. They wouldn't put all 3 on this floor. What are we doing with? What are we dealing with? Alright, you're looking at the wall. I think we should be able to dart across here. And behind and check. No, nothing in here. Where are you going? Okay, you're good. We can avoid you by going this side. Okay. Okay, this is going to be a problem. Oh, good. We got thingo. So, no, not down here. Oh, there we go. And we're done. And we only lost 33 sanity. Was it 33? No, 43. 43 sanity. Enough to not be able to count. There we go, pumpkin cookies, and it's a free commendation. So that's the instance. And then every time you go in, they do change up the 3 things you can do, so you just go talk to them again to get it done. And then you use your cookies to buy stuff. So if we buy some prisms, let's get 30 of them for now. And we'll get a poster. I can go back in and get the rest of the stuff later, but so just to give you an idea of what the quote-unquote fireworks do this time around, boom. And then you got these bad effects around you. It's kind of cool. Okay, so we've run out of time. Time flies when you're having fun, I guess. So unfortunately we didn't get to do the Marauder quest. Though I'll probably do that. I'll probably do that next episode, because getting a combo ability to overpower would be nice. So with that, we'll catch you next time.